FSX back at you another episode of Check This Out, the show where we take a look at our deck we want to take a look at and have ourselves a good old time. Today, everybody, we're taking a look at the Hungry Burger with the brand new lineup of cards to support our burger boy.
My name's Jack,
Nouvellez,
and I'm here to tell you,
we're cooking up a storm, serving our opponents a 5-star meal, and
is cool.
we're going to be going into EDO Pro and showing off this deck and how it works and all the good stuff that this new fancifully named bunch of cards can do. We got ourselves a kind of going first and second deck. We have options for both, but primarily we like to go first in order to set ourselves up a little bit and then start tributing our opponent's monsters to do our ritual plays. So we're going to go into EDO Pro with this deck today, showing off how it works and how it all goes down. I'm a little late today uploading, so I'm not going to take the time to type it out into the description. I'm just going to list out right now what the cards in this deck are going to be and what we are using. So for our deck today, we are playing 2 each of the Incantation, Talisman, and Candle. Just amazing ritual support overall. Just summons out both these dudes, get yourself the cards you need, all that good stuff. Got 3 copies of Diviner of the Herald, ditching our Herald of Arc Light. We make this level 6, which is big enough for all of our rituals, and search out a spell or monster, whatever we happen to need. We have 1 Chalice line to cheat out an Incantation if we happen to just need one or the other of these to search out spell or monster. We have 2 copies of Hungry Burger. Oh, I almost forgot. We got Begriller de Nouvellez. I'm gonna butcher these names. We got Big Chef. We're gonna call this guy Big Chef. We got 2 of him. He's our main boss monster. Allows us to negate stuff, tribute our opponent's monsters. It can summon out the Hungry Burger by tributing an opponent's monster as a quick effect. It's a very nasty monster. So it's very powerful. We got 2 of them guys just in case we get into a grind game. It's very nice. Same with the OG Hungry Burger. We can only summon this dude off of the Big Griller, but it's still a nice card. It synergizes with our other cards. So we're going to be summoning out the Hungry Burger off of our Big Chef here. And again, I like 2 of him just in case of grind game. As well, we also have, oh boy, Dark Lord cooking with the Unchained Soul. Is what I'm going to call this guy. He looks like a Dark Lord cooking with the Unchained. That's what he is. But he's a searcher. We got him at 2 as well. He also tributes our opponent's monsters. It's a synergy. It's the thing with this deck. We tribute our opponent's stuff a lot, and this guy helps us do that. We also have ourselves our Foigraza. I'm just going to call him. I'm going to call him Fancy Boy. Yeah, that's Fancy Boy there. He gets rid of things in the graveyard. We have the Sexy Waitress who lets us draw cards. We have a Little Devil who lets us blow up spell traps, and then we have, I guess he's like Demonic Ratatouille or something, who is our Excavator. We got 2 of each of those things, just to, you know, keep things flowing, keep things rolling. It all works out. We got 3 copies of Free Prep of Rites. Both of our ritual spells specifically mention a different monster. This one, let's see, who is this one? This one's Confident. Yeah, both of our little dudes, our little Demon Ratatouille and our Little Devil, they are mentioned in both these ritual spells. So Pre-Prep of Rites allows us to just search these out and search our ritual spells as well. Terraforming, because we have a nice field spell. 2 Pot of Prosperity. We use the extra deck, but not all the time. So, you know, if we need to banish some cards, it all works out just fine. The extra deck is an extra deck. We have Triple Preparation of Rites, amazing card, searches every ritual monster and recovers my ritual spells. We have 1 each of the ritual spells, which you might think is strange, but because of how this deck works, 1 of each is actually fine. The fish one is certainly better because it searches the other one, but as long as you have the field spell, you could just keep recovering these over and over again, so 1 of each works just fine. We have 1 called, 3 copies of the field spell for searching and recovery and draw power. 2 summon limit, which you might think spoils the meal a little bit, but it helps with the control aspect of this deck, especially since we summon things on our opponent's turn whenever we can. And lastly, we have 2 copies, I should say, of the Chef's Specialty. This is our Omni Negate, which is very nice, but it's even better late game, because when my Hunger Burger summoned and this is engraved, I can banish this to just wipe out all my opponent's monsters. It's brutal. As for the extra deck, I'll go over this quick. We have Masquerena, Nightmare, Cerberus, Phoenix, and Unicorn. Underworld Goddess, for all these are obvious reasons. We have Firewall Exceed in case we have to make a Link monster and we go into a really big grind game. We have ourselves number 24. We have our Evilzor Raz. We have Photon Strike Bouncer. Just any rank 6s in case we need to make a rank 6. And double Azus, just for the heck of it. Triple Herald, because obviously go for Triple Herald. And double the Tis, in case for whatever reason we need an Tis. As for the side deck, if you want another pot, go right ahead. Take out like a pre-prep or something just to go for that. Or if you want some more negates, go for just another chef's specialty. But 2 is usually just plenty. So that's the deck we have today, everybody. Let's go right ahead into EDO Pro, show this deck off in all of its glory, and have ourselves a good time. Alrighty, our first opponent. Another day, another card game. We like to go first with this deck. We have options to go second, of course, but first is usually a better option. So, this opening hand is actually pretty beefy, honestly. Let's go for our Prep of Rites. Both of our ritual spells mention a certain dude. We want to get the fish to start. We start with the fish dish, and we go for our little demon here. Our little demonic ratatouille boy. And luckily, we have just enough. We don't need to use the field spell. But we're going to activate the field spell. It's a beautiful field spell. I'm going to try to pronounce it. Nouvellez, auberge à table. Yes, that's close enough. That'll work. So we're going to get our field spell. This gets our recipe spells. And we're going to go ahead and activate one of our recipe ritual spells, the fish. We're going to summon out our little dude using our sexy waitress. I want to put this in defense. A lot of our little dudes have very low attack points, as a low level should have. But because I used the fish recipe to summon out my little... Oh, Lord, how do I pronounce this guy's name? I'm sorry, France. I can't. Okay. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I would love to, but I can't do it. But yeah, I get to excavate 5 cards. If I get any Nouvellez, I can add it to my hand. And we're not going to get this dude. We're going to get another copy of our waitress. Why not? She lets me draw out another card. It's pretty nice. So we'll set ourselves a card. And let me think about this. Do I skip recovery in order to potentially get the lockdown, or do I ignore that? You know, we'll do it. We'll just give it a shot. The one sticking point with the Pot of Prosperity in this deck is the fact that if you activate the darn thing, then it makes things a little tricky at times, because then you can't use the field spells effect to shuffle back cards. It's the one sticking point I don't like about having pot, but sometimes you just kind of get to the pot and do the pot. Let's see. Yeah, I get a Talismandra, just in case. You never know when a Talismandra can come in handy. So, end our turn right there. It's an okay start. It could be a little stronger if I had full summon limits, you know. It's a bit of a sour note in an otherwise perfect soup, is that we have a summon limit, but because we summon a lot on our opponent's turn, doing that sort of thing, it's pretty helpful. So I'm presuming that this is Traptrix. That seems to be the most logical thing. Or, conversely, maybe it's something completely different. So what does this do? Summon, okay. Because I have one Omni Negate, but more importantly, I have my little dude. Let me explain how this archetype works. You go from the little dudes to the big dudes, much like you're being served a 5-star meal. You know, you got your little dish, you go move on to the main course later on, and that's how this archetype works. If my opponent targets me with a card effect, or attacks my little boy, I can tribute an attack mode monster, my opponent's, in order to summon out a level 2 or 3 ritual, and then that monster's effect will activate. And then I can do the same thing again. If he attacks me with the level 2 or 3s, then I can tribute a monster to the ritual. The 4-star is a little different. He actually works if he attacks the opponent, which is even better. And then the 5-star, again, the same. 6-star, even better. The 6-star is the beast. He can negate everything, tribute everything. If he's summoned through a Nouvellez, he's a really nasty dude if you just get it all going right. So yeah, as I figured, this is in fact Traptrix. Like, were we expecting any difference? I wasn't expecting any different. What is this, Hat Tricker? Holy shit. I don't think I want him to do that, if I can help it. I think... Oh, wait, Reflection doesn't do it. That's not Traptrix, Sarah. What am I thinking? Okay, so yeah, we'll stop the Hellacia. It's still a problem. Although he doesn't have a Traptrix yet, so... I think he's got too many, like, techs. I don't even know why he went for Link Spider. What is that? Oh, it's just Adipus. Adipus. So what does this do again? I don't know, and I don't care. I tribute you. And then I can summon from the hand or the let's see. This just blows up spell traps. I'd honestly rather summon out my level 3, because that lets me draw a card. But that's exactly what this deck does. You know, they get the sample of the soup, but then they gotta pay the monies. Okay, we were in a very rough and tumble place, like the Baratier from One Piece. If you don't pay up, you're gonna get thrown in the ocean. And there ain't no water around here, so don't ask what you're being thrown into. So, now that we've done that, let's me think about this. I got the meat recipe in the hand, which is cool and all. It doesn't help me too much, but let's go ahead and activate Talismander. Why not? We'll search out some more stuff. You're telling me this is Ash Blossom, really? Probably, maybe. I'm gonna guess that that's Ash Blossom, and I just realized I don't have a ritual spell at the moment. My ritual spells are kind of in the graveyard place. Alright, but regardless of that, let's go ahead and summon out our Comfortowel. We'll use, it doesn't really matter. Gonna put him right there. We'll make him loud and proud in attack mode. And should probably get another... one of that counter trap. Just to make sure. We're going to hedge our bets, because this is Traptrix. I know from experience that they can come back, and this deck is very controlling. As much as I want to say that I have the ability to OTK, I really don't. Not very well, not with this variant anyway. I'm sure you can make something crazy that does that, but I wanted to take a look at Nouvellez as they are before I make something crazy out of them. What will I make crazy out of them? I don't know, but it'll probably have like 20 negates onto it, I can imagine. Kind of how modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Is nowadays. It's like, put as many negates as possible. With our deck, we have one negate. Our idea is to tribute stuff, not to negate. So let's just put back both our ritual spells. Like I said, so long as you have the field spell, you can just infinitely recycle these things. What is it? Oh yeah, Adipus. I kind of forgot about that. I mean, it doesn't matter, because whatever. It doesn't really matter if he has Adipus. It doesn't do much to me. Unless he gets rid of my field spell, which would kind of suck. Can he destroy my field spell? What does this do? Would be destroyed. Banish a monster control. Summon a Traptrix from the hand of the grave. Go. Yeah, but this is... oh yeah, this does destroy face-up cards. That it does. Alright, so Murmello goes off. Let's say no to Murmello, because I don't trust that girl. And... no. Wait. No. Wouldn't matter, because it wouldn't be destroyed anyway. But yes, I have my Omni Negate, and yeah, he can attack my monsters. It won't do him much good. He can attack Talismander, but that's about it. Okay. So let's tribute both of those, and we're going to summon out... let's summon out this guy, the level 5. Balamaru. And he's our searcher. And also, because I summoned him with a Nouvellez, he's a quick effect, which is just very nice. So we're going to summon out our big burger. Do we need to summon this? No, not even slightly. But it doesn't matter. My opponent surrenders. And as you can see, in the game of control, we can out the Traptrix. It's not that hard. All you have to do is stop them a little bit, and then they're just straight up done, basically. I still don't know why he didn't make Sarah, but that's my opponent's choice. Regardless, you get a perfect showing of what we're trying to do with this deck. We're just trying to summon out little dudes, feed the customers. We summon our monsters one after another. And I didn't even get to show off what this guy can do, because my opponent's board kind of doesn't exist. So let's go for duel number 2 and show off a little bit more of the deck. I mean, it's going to be a lot of the samey things, but I'd like to summon out my big dude again, and then summon out the burger and do all that good stuff. So let's go for duel 2. Alrighty, second opponent. So let's go and do it again. And what do we have for opening hand? Okay. Man, the soup is strong with us today. This is actually a pretty beefy hand. Pretty beefy. So we're gonna go ahead and summon out these, and yeah, that works. Okay, that works. So let's go ahead for our fish. I've never been to a 5-star restaurant, so I don't know. Is fish the standard for a first course? I would presume it is. Otherwise, why make fish recipe for this guy? It must be so. But regardless, we're gonna summon out our and we're gonna see if we get ashed or not. Okay, we will not get ashed. Nice. And oh boy. Oh man. Okay, so we get the field spell or the boss? Field spell? Boss. Field spell, because the field spell is king. We want the field spell. So I suppose I could have also gotten the monster so I could have ritual summoned again, but I think it'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. Let's go ahead and get our other counter trap just to have it. Just in case. And let me think. See, I've got Prep of Rites. I can get a ritual monster and I can get the spell back. But I don't have enough stuff to do anything off of that. So I'm not going to do that. Although, this gets back 2 cards, including a recipe card. Okay, so what are we going to do? Activate Preparation of Rites. We're going to get the level 4 one, just to get that. And then we're going to get a ritual spell back, just to have them for later. And then we are going to click many buttons and end our turn. And then, oh yeah, I got my only recipe card out of the graveyard. Okay, slight mistake there, but it's okay. It's a small world after all, huh? I always forget what that card does, so I'm just gonna say no to it. I'm not gonna allow strategy I don't understand what it is. Or maybe I will. Oh, don't that just beat all. So this is a small world deck. I kind of remember what this card is. It's like you reveal a card, you banish them both, and then you get a card that's similar to one of those. Or something. So this is some sort of combo deck. I see. Well, this is what summon limit was meant to stop. Specifically to stop combo decks. Because, yeah, he'll get his one monster. He'll get his whaled chalice. Cool and all, but he's smaller than my monster. And now he's down to 1 summon. That's the thing. Oh, no, not a Mech Knight. Is it a Mech Knight? Is this actually Mech Knights? I don't know. It could be. But I kind of doubt it, because that guy's banished. Okay. Alright, that'll work just fine. Let me think here. Let's set our other counter trap, because I can. And yeah, let's activate the meaty recipe. Meat. Time for some meat. We'll summon out our little devil, because he's slightly bigger than the fish boy. And then it would be cool if he had some attack or some defense monsters right now. Then I could have switched him to attack mode. But right now I just get to blow up a spell trap, which is cool. That's cool. That's what we want to do. But yeah, this is where the summon limit shines. This is where we want, you know, we don't want to get over comboed. In this day and age, combo decks mean like 10-minute turns and, you know, no fun allowed. Omni negates throughout the board. I have 1 whole Omni negate, which admittedly I can keep searching indefinitely, but it's a once per turn. And it's the only negate I have in this deck, that unless there's something in the extra deck that I forgot about. Oh wait, no, there's Raz, but I almost never summon Raz. So it's all good. Alright. But we're pretty good right now. I mean, we're not doing damage, but that's okay. The deck is not meant to damage. It is meant to bring joy. So let's go ahead. 2 cards. Get this one. Get that one, so I can just deck thin a little bit. Put cards back in the deck, and then deck thin. Ooh, hello, boss monster. Nice to see you again. Yep. Summoned, negates everything. Summoned from Nouvellez, then he tributes everything. And then quick effect, tribute a monster, and do more. And so now my opponent's gonna start to realize he's pretty much up a creek. Unless he's got spell trap removal to get rid of summon limit, there's really nothing he can do. He can summon Venus all day and night, but it's not going to do him any good. Now, granted, I do need to do something to get around this, but I can do that right here. So let's use a Diviner of the Herald, and my opponent surrenders. Okay, that makes sense. You know, my opponent, you know, he was stopped by summon limit, mostly. Mostly that was a summon limit win, but, you know, that's also on my opponent for not running any spell trap removal. So, that's good for me. And so let's go for one more duel tonight. Like I said, I'm a little late tonight, so I don't have time for 4 duels, I don't think. But let's go for one more. Hopefully this time we'll get to summon the Burke. We're going to make summoning our chef our main priority for the 3rd duel. Let's go for it. Alrighty, our 3rd and final opponent, the fight in the 3rd. And what do we have for an opening hand? It's not perfect, and we're going 2nd with it. We'll see how it goes. This seems to be a Assault Mode deck, so that means Stardust Dragon, more likely than not. Not my ideal, but what can you do? So we'll get Assault activate, and then you can reveal activate, and then bring back Assault Beast, make this level 4. Yeah. See, pretty standard sort of Assault Mode deck seems to be this one. Or it makes this guy 7. I thought this made it 4. No, that's not how that works. But yeah, basically make a level 8, Stardust Dragon, go for Assault Mode. Or, even worse, significantly worse, is that we are going to go for the Buster Blader. The Bluster Blader. Oh boy. I mean, I'm a control deck, but that's a lockdown deck. That's a double lockdown deck. I mean, luckily I don't care about my extract that much, so it's not the worst thing in the world, but not a fan. Not a fan of a guy that negates anything face up. Yeah, kind of like what Raz can do. Alright. This is really going to depend on what I draw into. If I don't draw into something that can out this, I'm kind of boned. This I can deal with. This is the problem. That is Assault Mode, and that does nothing to Arcfiend. Okay. Reveal Hungry Barriger. Summon these 2 out, so I at least have something on the board. We'll activate Candle to try to bait out the Arcfiend. Okay, he will allow that. That's cool. We'll get Fish Recipe. That matters too much. But we'll go for Diviner of the Herald. Activate that. See, the thing is, he's got that one card that can just be like, yeah, negate that. Okay. Okay. I think maybe I can live with this. Let's go for our Fish Recipe. Summon the lady that gives us... Summon the lady that lets us draw cards. That does not help us. That would have really been helpful earlier, but that does not help me at all right now. Okay. This is not how that works. Wait a minute. Or when a monster is targeted... Oh, the 3 does it too. Okay, this works perfect. I can out this. I can out this 20 times over. But does this do anything when it's dead? No. Yes. Activate. Tribute both of these. Summoning out the level 5. Accidental genius, people. I didn't even know I could do that. Ha 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 ha. It all works out. See, the level 3 and the 4 are the best in this archetype. I still like the little dudes, though. They're cool. Little dudes help me set things up, and one blows up spell traps, okay? I can't have the deck without them. Well, we're good. Now we're pretty much set. I don't see my opponent outing this at all. Not likely. I mean, what is he playing again? Buster Blader and Assault Mode. And I'm surprised he didn't just go for Assault Mode. An Omni negate every turn. Would have been absolutely busted, but no. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure I think we just win this one. All right. I guess Thursday's a slow day. I'm not seeing any big decks today. Who knew? Okay. I'm not going to just negate everything my opponent does. That would be rude. I'm going to at least allow him to summon a thing before I tribute his things. And yes, I'm going to be a little smug here, okay? Don't judge me. Oh? And my opponent surrenders. I mean, I would definitely have stopped the Link Karibo. That stops my thing, but there you go. Perfectly described what this deck's about. Keep tributing your opponent's monsters. Keep them full. I didn't even need the boss. That's the crazy thing, though. So, for now, though, we're out of time. Let's go for the end screen. All right, everybody, the new Hungry Burger of 2023. We went 3-0. Admittedly, though, we never ran into anybody like too huge, nothing too ridiculously powerful, but you get an idea of what this deck is about. We go first as much as we can. We set up a little bit on board. Our opponents, so long as they don't read our cards too hard, are going to fall into our trap. They're going to drink our soup. Or do you eat soup? Yes. You yes soup. And then you go into the meat. And then you go into whatever this is. And then you go into the spicy boy. And then eventually they get so stuffed, they have to eat the burger. And it's crazy we never actually summoned Hungry Burger in this deck. Obviously I can. There's nothing wrong doing it. It just didn't come up. Okay, but it is fully possible to do. And I could have done it by just skipping out on everything else. I just chose not to. So, the deck works pretty good. I had a lot of fun playing it. It's fun to play a deck that isn't just about, negating everything to control the deck. I mean, admittedly, we got the one floodgate, but, it's either this or, I don't know, more negates. And I don't want to play no more gates. At least this is the floodgate that lets my opponent play to some degree. This ain't Rivalry of Warlords or something like that. But regardless, I hope everybody enjoyed watching us some Hungry Burger. I enjoyed it very much. If you did, smack a like. Lets me know that you enjoy what I do. And next time, I had a list of what decks I was playing. Let's see, Dinosaurs, Burger. I think I want to do the Trap Monster deck next. I want to work on, I don't know, I got the Therian deck I got to do. Therians, Trap Monsters, Thunder Dragons. Really want to make Majestic Mechs somehow work, but I'm still working on that one. It's a tricky one. But regardless, thank you everybody for watching. Your boy Memphis is signing out for now. I'll see you guys again very soon. Till later, y'all take care.